All right, welcome back, you guys. So we're here to do the final video task of TABE Language E. We're going to go over the final practice test that's at the end of the book. So if you haven't taken the practice test yet, please stop this video and go ahead and do it before you proceed. You're doing this, of course, with the annotation tool, as you've done a lot of your work here in this module. And I think I referenced it in the Unit 2 review video. We skipped over Unit 3 in the book. There are some questions here at the end of this test that have to do with Unit 3, so they may have seemed kind of unfamiliar for you. But as we go over those questions, I'll talk about sort of the reasons for those answers and a little bit about organization of writing as well, which was the focus of that unit. Okay, let's get started. So number 1, our answer is C. Quickly is the adverb. Number 2, we need a collective noun, so it's going to be a bunch. Collective noun is something that collects individuals of it within it, but it's treated as a singular noun. All right, number 3, we're looking for the irregular plural noun, and it's children, not childs. All right, number 4, which word has a regular plural noun, and it's drummers. We've added S to the end of a regular noun. Regular plural. Okay, 7 is B, fear. That qualifies as our abstract noun that we use for things that can't be necessarily sensed with our 5 senses but still exist as ideas or concepts. All right, number 6 is D. This is just regular past tense or past tense. The choir sang, but of course it is an irregular past tense form. All right, number 7 is B, flew in past tense. We need to match landed, which is a regular past tense, but flew will be irregular, but in both cases it's past tense, so they match and are consistent. All right, number 8, which words correctly complete the sentence? And it's C, will be, do, and this is future tense of the verb be. They will be. All right. Moving on to the second page of this, number 9, which pronoun correctly completes the sentence? And it's be, it, because it refers to an object antecedent. This is not a person, so we're not going to use anything that refers to a person. We'll use it. All right, on to 10, which comparative adverb correctly completes the sentence? It's going to be C, better. We don't use more, better, because we have the comparative there twice, essentially. All right, number 11, which coordinating conjunction correctly completes the sentence? And it's D, and, because we're providing additional information here, not contradictory information. Number 12 is C. The most successful combination is here, I bought food from the store, but I think you have what you need already. So in this one, we do show opposition or contrast or contradiction between these two ideas, which is why we use the coordinating conjunction but instead of and. All right, number 13, which option uses commas correctly? It's going to be A, dear Kate, comma. We don't put commas in between the salutation and name. We would need a comma after Leland here, and the comma should come after yours here. All right, number 14 is A. We need to have a comma between a city and the state that it's in, and so that one qualifies. All right, number 15, which sentence uses commas and quotation marks correctly? And it's A, Dad asked, and then we have the comma that ends the dialogue tag or stem, and then we have the actual quote and quotation marks with the appropriate punctuation because it is a question. And some of these others, had the comma in the wrong place or failed to put the correct punctuation in the quotation marks, which is why A is correct. All right, number 16, which sentence contains possessive? And it's A, the games with apostrophe S, possessive of pieces. Moving on to the next page. 17, which sentence contains an error in capitalization? And it's sentence 2, letter B. Memorial Day, holidays need to be capitalized, both Memorial and Day. All right, 18, which sentence shows the title of the newspaper article capitalized correctly? This is a difficult one. There are some kind of like fine details to look at, but the correct answer is C. And the reason is we have all of the appropriate words capitalized, but not the ones we don't need to capitalize, like articles, the, and prepositions with. We don't capitalize those within the title unless they are the first word within the title. All right, in 19, we're looking for a word that has the same sound as coil, and so it's a toy, even though the sound is spelled with different vowels. O-I and O-Y both make the oi sound, as in boy. All right, 20, which word is spelled with the same ending as incredible? We're just matching up the I-B-L-E in edible, C, to match incredible. Slam dunk on that one. All right, number 21, which word is spelled incorrectly? It's going to be C, smiley. We need an E before the Y here, but all the other options are correct. 22, which sentence contains a word that's spelled incorrectly? A, I-S-T, not E-S-T for scientist. Almost looks right, but it's got one letter off. All right, number 23, which words help the reader determine the meaning of details as used in the paragraph? So this is vocab in context, and it'll be C, little bits of information. All right, 24, which word in the sentence means the same as to tell before? And it's A, predict. This is a vocab through prefixes and roots. So the prefix pre means before, and the DICT means speaking or words. A dictionary is a book of words. Diction is your choice of words. Well, this is kind of like your before you speak words. Predict. All right, moving on to the next page. 15, which word has the same root as unknown? So we're not dealing with the prefix, but the root. So it's going to be D, knowledge. Root is know. All right, number 26, which compound word means a place where books are sold? And of course, it's C, bookstore, store being the key word where they are sold. All right, 27, which sentence contains non-literal language? And it's sentence 2, which is letter B. Over the moon with delight. Surely not literally over the moon with delight. It's an idiom that has some hyperbole in there as well. All right, 28. Which word can replace unclear to show that Tim followed directions incorrectly? D is the best one in context, misleading. Misleading directions. Led him in the wrong direction or to the wrong procedures. Blurry, jumbled would work in other contexts, but it's not so much about the visuals of the directions being blurry, but the content of them being unclear. All right, number 29. Which definition of shell is used in the sentence? The new friends brought the boy out of his shell. And of course, it's definition 3, letter C, a person's state of shyness. We've probably all said that about somebody at some point. Maybe it's been said about us. All right, 38. Which word best completes the sentence? It is C, cheered. The coach cheered for the team when they won. Most appropriate in context. These other words do mean, using your voice in a loud way, but they all have a bit of negativity to them. Cheered has the most positive context. There's an encouragement, an appreciation in cheering that may not be apparent in roaring, hollering, or certainly not screeching. Okay, 31. Which word or phrase correctly completes the sentence? It is B, outside. We're dealing with the opposite of in the club, so it's going to be outside. All right, moving to the next page. For 32, we answered all the questions on the sheet. D, completely. Nice adverb there. Modifying answer. Okay, as we get to 33 here, we are covering content that was in Unit 3. And Unit 3 is essentially about organizing ideas within writing. Given a sentence, where should we plug it in? Is it a good intro sentence? Does it express a main idea? Is it a good concluding sentence? Does it wrap up the argument or, the informational passage? Does it restate the main idea? Some conclusions should also do that. But also plugging sentences in within the body of a paragraph in the place where they make sense according to organization. And what we do there is read the sentences, and we're finding the two that, the answer sentence will logically connect in some way. So if we look at 33, everyone loves a good thriller once in a while. The movie had the best special effects, and so maybe you're hearing something that's kind of off here. I would like to know specifically what movie's being talked about. They made us jump out of our seats. The first few minutes were slow. However, I think that made the first scary scene even scarier. Okay, we need an introduction to the paragraph. And as I said, I wanted something specific, so let's go with C. Darkness Falls at Midnight is a great film. Connects with everyone, loves a good thriller once in a while, and then some description of what is good about the film. All right, on to 34. The author wants to add this sentence. Sometimes I drive around the block 3 times to find a spot. So the answer is C before sentence 3, between 2 and 3. What the town needs is more than anything is parking. Then we have this sentence that sort of proves the need for it. And then in sentence 3, we have a solution. So, problem, example of problem comes in the additional sentence, and then solution to the problem comes in sentence 3. So, logical place to plug that sentence in. All right, moving to 35. Which linking word or phrase best connects sentences 2 and 3? And part of Unit 3 also was about this linking language, transitions. Words that orient your reader within the passage, express that things are alike or different, express additional information or contradictory information. So knowing the meaning of those words and phrases is how we make sure that we're putting them in the right place. So we need to connect sentence 2 and 3. I think sales can sometimes get people to shop when they weren't thinking of it before. Other people regularly look for sales on what they need. Our correct answer is B, in addition, because we're adding additional information about another group of people and how they appreciate sales, or why sales are right for them. Okay, 36. Which sentence makes the best conclusion to the paragraph? And it's B. Pets have a lot to offer a family. Connects to some of these details that talk about the advantages or the good things about pets in a household. So that's why we end with it with B, that re-emphasizes that point. Kind of concludes the information that's been laid out here in the paragraph. Okay, 37. Which sentence would be best added between sentences 2 and 3? It's B. Pennsylvania was next. We're talking about the order of colonies becoming states within the U.S. And so after describing the first one, Delaware, it makes sense to describe the next one, Pennsylvania, that was just 5 days later. All right. Last page, we're very much on the home stretch, but 38 asks, which of the following facts would best develop an essay about the life of a U.S. president? So it'll be C, the place where the president went to school as a child. We're dealing with biographical details, not the system used to elect him, not necessarily the writer's opinions about what the president did, his policies, certainly not the history of the White House, because we're dealing with an individual named U.S. president. So C. Okay, number 39. Which linking word or phrase best connects sentences 2 and 3? It's A, however, because we're expressing opposition or contradiction, moving in a new direction. Cancer can start anywhere in the body and spread, but then we have this transitional word to talk about, treatments that can slow that spread, a contradictory information, even problem solution. Okay, number 40, our last one. Which sentence would make the best conclusion to the text? And it's C, these strong fish live in warm waters. We had some description of characteristics of stingrays and even their environment. And there's a restatement here of fish found in tropical water. So good concluding statement, gives us a little bit of additional information, but also connects to the first sentence of the paragraph as well. Okay, that concludes the review of this ending practice test, and it actually includes the module as a whole. You'll be going into language M next, which will take things up a level of difficulty, but we'll continue to be talking about some of the same language issues and skills. You've learned a lot that is necessary already, and we're just going to be taking what you've learned and stepping it up a level in complexity and reading bigger, longer texts. So I look forward to joining you in the next module. It's been a good time, and hopefully you're learning a lot. And please reach out if you need help. You're not expected to go through this class completely on your own. You can reach out to me anytime through email. You can call the school. I posted my cell phone number here in the Canvas class. If you look around for it, you can find it. If you really want to get in touch with me, that might be the best way to do it. Text or even calling during the day. But any way that is possible for you to reach out to me to get help, I'm willing to do it. So don't worry about being a burden or a disturbance in any way. That's my primary job, is to help you as you go through this material. So I need the opportunity to do it. So if you need me to teach or to clarify, then please reach out to me to teach and clarify. And also make sure that you are checking in on the discussion board the way that you're required to do each week, to make sure that you're getting your hours into our system. Okay, it's been great, and I will see you next time in language the next level.